What's good? What's good? What's up, everybody? Excuse me. I was munching on something. It's your girl Ruby Doll. Um, Special guest in the building. What's up, Lady J? What's going on, girl?
Hey,
I wore a green outfit today. They say green symbolizes the horny color. You heard that before?
uh, yeah. Green goes to the color of your heart chakra.
Okay, there you go. I was gonna say, man, call me on my bluff if I'm tripping. You know what I'm saying? Tell me how I'm tripping. Thank you for being here tonight, Lady J, for being my special guest in the building. Thank you for everybody that's tuning in. Shout out to Mr. M3 that's helping us, I would say, facilitate this session of After Dark series with Ruby Doll, yours truly, or Rue the Gypsy, whatever you prefer. You can even call us your favorite Samoans. What do you think about that, Lady J?
I think that sounds good.
I like that. Excuse me. I didn't mean to be rude, but I picked some stuff out of my teeth. It was just bugging me. What's up, Stan? What's up, everybody in the building? We're so glad that you could join us on this session of What's Up, Marcus? What's up, everybody that's tuning in? This is the After Dark session with Ruby Daw. I have my Lady J up in the building. We have some questions. We have some topics and questions to get into tonight. Lady J, is there anything that you trying to get off your chest right away? Anything that's been pressing in your mind?
No, I'm open to go with the flow.
Okay. Shout out to Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the building. We have rolling papers for purchase, and go ahead and check out the website and subscribe to the YouTube channel, you guys. Lady J,
Yeah.
uh, let me see. Let me get to my questions. I'm sorry about that. I had written these questions in preparation. Have you ever been in a long term relationship?
Yeah.
Okay. Long term relationships, I think, get a bad rep sometimes. I too have probably said some things about maybe not wanting one. You know what I'm saying? Hold on for a minute. Let's read some of these comments here. I keep bypassing the comments, but I'm going to go to. It says knowledge and relationships and Joseph Embrace. What's up? Embrace the grace. Intellectual soapbox. What's up, Mr. Soapbox? Rude. Shout out salute to the panel and chat. Marcus Antonio writes, please make sure to hit the notification of subscribe. And he said that I'm here just in case M3 shares another sus story. Laughing my ass off about a young guy asking him how to take care of himself and his needs. Yes, M3 gave a remarkable story last session about somebody inquiring. And so to find out about that story, you have to watch that session. So go ahead and hit the like button while you do that as well. If you have any interesting sex stories that you would like to reveal on here, please let us know. And if you want to remain anonymous, let me know in the DM and I'll be sure to deliver your message for you. In terms of long-term relationship, I asked that because it could be really hard to keep the I would say the stimulation going. Um, do you have any tips, Lady J, on how you one can keep things spicy when they're in a long-term relationship? I mean,
Um,
long distance. I keep saying long-term, long distance relationship.
you being spicy?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
yeah. I think I apologize because I asked you if you've ever been into a long-term relationship, but it's actually long distance. Have you ever been in a long distance relationship?
Yeah. Yeah. Kinda, yeah.
Okay. And how did you keep it spicy
You just gotta
or
keep up
not?
with your, well, keeping up with yourself, I think. Maintaining yourself. Kinda, like keep doing your oil changes and all that.
That's right.
Keep maintenance up and everything, it just keeps the juices flowing, which is a freestyle thing for me, comes. You adapt to everything. Yeah, just keep yourself. Um, sorry, I'm a little high. Keep yourself, maintain yourself, and maintain all those desires and everything else.
Okay. I think it's also important to I would say not tell them everything. Like I used to try to recount like everything I did through the day. Oh, I did this, and I after that I did this and this and this, and it's like sometimes it's like um, you know what? Maybe there's some mystery there. I don't know. I don't like sharing every single thing because I think it always gives you something to talk about. And also, I'm sorry. Um, I think long distance relationships can work for some people because we all want different things. And so for some people, they might like to have their, I would say, their space, right? So one thing that isn't so, I guess, isn't so hot to trot is, I guess, phone sex isn't what it was. You know what I'm saying for me. And I think as somebody that really enjoyed that at one point, even with video chat, which was is amazing in its own right, it's just not quite as fulfilling. And sometimes it's like, why even bother? That's for me specifically. Sorry, one moment, guys. Lady J, can you recount a situation where you've had an enjoyable phone sex or video sex chat with somebody
Video.
and what that was like?
We're gonna have to pause that one and go ahead to the comments. Money.
Oh, okay.
Luego
No
cambio de tema.
problem. The guy was 45 at the time. He old now. Okay, that was in response to Marcus's story about okay. So you know what, guys? I'm gonna tell you something. We're on to the next question actually. Let's take a look at this. I think in order to have like meaningful relationships, we do have to have like a degree of comfortability with ourselves and our bodies. So I think that also needs to be a question that we ask ourselves, like, how comfortable are we with our bodies, right? And how familiar are we, right? Um, if anybody would like to get up, go ahead and get up because it's gonna get nasty up in here. Um, we're trying to ease you in, so this is us using just trying to get our feet wet a little bit tonight. You know what I'm saying? But I want to dive into some brains. Maybe you could teach me something, as I'm not an expert. And let's see. I also want to hear about any embarrassing sexual stories that you might have. I have a couple, but we gonna ease into that. I'm gonna let you guys share some of yours if you care to. Go ahead and get that link if you'd like to come aboard. Stan, where you at? Get up on here, and I know you got some shit to share. Um, I am a little distracted because as my podcast suggests, it's all about motherhood, sex, marijuana, 24/7. So we're having a sleep schedule difficulty today. So just be mindful of that. It is not intentional. Thank you very much. Lady J, do you have any questions for the panel or anything that you would like to disclose at the moment?
Not at the moment.
Okay. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, I want to share something, but I just need some. Huh. Let's see. Talking about sus stories. I was gonna share something, but I don't know if you guys are ready for that quite yet. Um, Here's another thing. Okay. Um, I'm sorry, I drew a blank. Let me calm the fuck down because there's just like too much going on. In fact, you know what's effed up in my life right now? I think that I talk about sex so much that it's exhausting. I think there's kind of like this like overload of it, and it's just like nothing's manifesting in the real life of it. But it's just there's just a lot of discussion happening lately. But anyway, if it helps someone else, I'm very happy to do it. That's for sure. And I think that's what our goal is here on these platforms is to share bits of our mind and our experiences, so that people don't feel necessarily alone. Because there's no need for that. I'm also here. Shout out to Mass Man. He says, I understand perfectly. I'm high drive, and so that's my life. Um, yeah, you know, it's just it's fine. I think there's a lot of misconceptions about things too. And then the fact of the matter is that we don't all have to want the same thing, and it's okay to like what you like. Um, I didn't realize that I was into certain things until I was actually in my 30s. For example, I realized that I had a passion for um, sensory play, and I had a passion for, um, I would say, even like deprivation in some sense. You know what I'm saying? In some aspect, and incorporating that. And I didn't understand that until I had more skilled, I would say, more experienced partners. You know, and so I would say that shout out to uninhibited and sexually liberated partners that kind of help you just kind of be like, okay, you know what, this is okay. We can try this. What is up? Embrace the grace. Feel free to come up if you want to, Mama, and share some of your freaky deaky experiences. We would love that. What's up, Stan? What's up, everybody? Knowledge relationships. It's good day, beautiful people. Excuse me. Welcome to this after dark conversation. We have Lady J on the bill in the building as well. Um, and we're just having open dialogue as to everything sexual of nature. Um, Lady J actually brought something up earlier, talking about wanting to discuss more of sensual, um, I would say, the more sensual aspect or approach to things. Lady J, what would you consider to be sensual? Like, what does sensual mean to you? Or anybody in the panel who wishes to, in the chat, who wishes to answer? What is sensuality to you, and how do you, um, I would say, demonstrate um, being sensual versus just being sexual? Is there a difference? What is the difference for you? You know, that's something that we can mull over. I'm definitely appreciating the sensual um, these days. I would say that. Also, when we were talking about, I would say, long distance relationships, I think the ability to have telepathic sex actually is priceless. And so, if anybody has any experiences No, the episode is not over, Grizz. Thank you. Welcome. What's up? What's up? If anybody has any experiences with regards to telepathic sex specifically, feel free to enlighten us. I had told Kai, who's my partner and co-host on Motherhood Sex Marijuana, that I'd be interested in demonstrating um, at some point. Um, I would say a telepathic session where I'm able to get a non-physical orgasm. I think that's something that is pretty powerful and special. You did not miss anything really, Mr. Grizz. We were just asking some questions that kind of um, I had asked a couple of questions, nothing too. Yes, yeah, yeah. We did talk about, tell us a little bit about that yesterday, which I really appreciated your feedback on that. But yes, I just asked some questions with regards to long distance relationships. I think that it's very common that we'll find people in long distance, in that sort of dynamic. Um, I personally, I would consider myself to having a couple of long distance relationships, and um, still very single. So I don't claim to have like a boyfriend or anything. I just have relationships with people that are very special, and yeah, I think so. What is this, Mom? 1 second. Sorry, guys.
Yo, yo, yo. You guys can hear me well?
What's up, M3? Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you. One moment. Go ahead.
No problem, fam. I just want to just let everybody know that, look, the link is definitely pinned in the top on Knowledge Relationships in the comments. So definitely feel free to join in so you guys could participate in After Dark series. Salutes to Embrace the Grace. I see you. Salutes to Marcus, Grizz, Stan. Thank you guys for tuning in. Again, the link is pinned to the top. Man, I want to see you guys up in the panel so we can actually have like grown folks talk. You feel me? But
Yeah, yeah.
I wanna chime in because you asked about. Oh, actually, we got somebody come up here. Let me see. All right, cool, cool. We got Grizz up in the building. All right, what up, Grizz?
What's up, Grizz?
How about your journey?
Okay, okay. Salute, salute. Yeah, let me talk about the sensuality and versus sexuality, right? So of course, sensuality is basically like the pleasure when you're touching certain type of sensories. So it could be something that is light that doesn't even have to take it far into like sexual intercourse, and you could still get a kick out of it. You could get like a lot of sensory pleasures just by maybe wrestling with your partner, holding hands. But it depends on what actually like pleasures you the most before you even get to that point where it's like, all right, you're gonna take it there to like home base. You feel me? So everyone has a favorite sensory point that actually will get them aroused. Hell, it might be like the tip of of their Johnson or whatever. You know what I mean? Just maybe caressing their sausages a little bit. Or for a woman, it might be like blowing the whistle, wetting it. So there's a lot of things that I will say that will actually pleasure people. But I also think sensuality is a little underrated. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't really talk about it as much, which is pretty interesting. I'm glad you kind of brought that up. And as far as like the sexuality part, it's like okay, you just getting it in. Some people uh, will probably raw dog it, and other people will, take it like in a more conservative type of approach. But anyways, that's all. I digress. And salute to the intellectual soapbox. Salute, Mr. Best. I'm just now seeing you. What up? What up, fam?
Yeah, and then another thing is, I think I've really found my, I found solace in embracing my kinks, embracing things that I thought would be like I can't help but be turned on by. One of the things I really enjoy is um, either, depending on who I'm playing with, either tying them up or being tied up. And so I don't know what it is about that power exchange, especially being a person who, from the moment that I wake up, there is every decision is based on, it's all on me in a sense, you know what I mean? So it's like, and then you'll find that within that community, there's a lot of that psychology where somebody who has to, either has to like run a company or whatever, they have like a lot of responsibility, might want to be, I would say, cared for in a way that they didn't have to make any decisions and they had to submit completely. So I think I found a lot of power in submission. And also, it's in a lot of ways, even um, help to uh, influence other parts of my life. It's helped me to be a better communicator because in the space of playing with someone, you want to be very clear on what your intentions are, especially if it's in a dynamic of power exchange. You want to be very clear. You want to be. It's very good to be very trusting, obviously, or else you wouldn't even get them for it. And that's another reason why, even as high as my sex drive is, I can't just sleep with anybody because I am very energetic. And I do believe in soul ties. And I believe that that's important to consider. What's up, Grizz? Is there anything that you wanted to add to this, sir?
Um, I'm just like listening, being informative. I was on this does I don't know if this really ties into anything, but I was watching a lot of videos about meditation and where it can lead to and stuff like that, and especially about soul ties, which you're just mentioning. Um, Cause like what about to say? Cause I know like because I've actually meditated for like at least an hour or two, and like I literally felt my spirit leaving my body, but I went somewhere else, and I'm just sitting up here like okay, and I met, and I don't know, it's like I see things out. It's weird, um, because I've actually been able to do mind sight as well, and um, I've actually had some other type of instances happen with me while I'm like meditating and like thinking, and it's just weird how two people can connect, like two people can be in the same room but on their opposite ends, but you can talk to the person and even have some sexual attention with the person while you're even not even physically touching them. And I just find like that's really interesting, and it's weird, interesting, and I've actually done it maybe once or twice, been able to like go further than the physical boundaries, if that makes sense. But yeah,
That's beautiful.
huh?
That's beautiful.
I appreciate
Um,
it.
no, and it's so powerful too. It takes a lot of energy to be able to
Concentration.
do that. Concentration, focus, and intention. And so I do appreciate. I was gonna say something. I apologize for cutting you off. Actually,
That's good. You're
as
good. You're good.
you was cooking there, but no, and there's also things that I think it's important to know what you don't like as well, and to be vocal about that, and to be okay with that too. I think that certain um, sexual acts have even helped me. heal from sexual trauma. For example, the use of crystal. It's let's just
I
say it's
need
a
those.
crystal dildo where this I would say this love, or excuse me, I don't know why the word escapes me, but this enhancement product is helping me to, I would say, center certain chakras, you know, based on these healing tools. And so there was a discussion the other day with regards to adult novelty items. Let's just say that. And there was somebody like totally against it, and people will say what they will, but his stance
Right.
was that sex toys actually they don't help the forward thinking of family and relationships, when my perception on it is quite the opposite, in where it's an enhancement product, it's never to replace anything. And so I
Right.
think that shying away from, let's say, sex toys there's no need to. And I think it's somewhat of, it can be perceived in terms of like insecurity. What are your thoughts about the use of sex toys, Grizz, within a marriage dynamic? Do you think it helps or it doesn't help?
I I do. I feel like it depends on the couple. Different depends on the person as well. I I personally feel like it. Me personally, I feel like it does help. It can help depending on what the toy is. Like between like dice or handcuffs or um, what is it? It's like this rolling thing that you can roll on a person's body to like
The
massage the
Wartenberg
person.
will.
Yeah, and I feel like toys can actually help to enhance the sexual drive and stuff right there. I feel like it can help significantly.
Yeah, they absolutely can. You don't want to like electroshock your clit, so that you just, what I'm saying, you don't want to. And mind you, there's a lot of I would say fibs. There's a lot of hearsay when it comes to the use of sex toys. Like, oh, it's gonna fuck your shit up. No, it's not. The way that it fucks your shit up is if you're not sanitary. It could do that by means of like bacteria and just infection, if it's that bad, in fact. And if you're using products that are not body safe, some of these things have phthalates and plastics that are harmful to our bodies, but in no way is having intercourse with um, a body safe product going to harm you or your relationship. And so you can find me on that. In fact, please try. And also, I think it's important to, like, for instance, in the world of kink, I find freedom in that the wildest shit that I can think of, right? Let's say that I wanted to, let's just say I had a thing for like, shit, I don't know, tether balls, you know what I'm saying? So I needed someone to pretend like they were a tether ball. You might laugh, but I'm just using it as an example.
Right. It's
And so someone who, with regard, by means of conversation and getting to know somebody and asking clarifying questions, you should be able to find someone who can match up with you in that way. So if somebody, let's say their fantasy is to be a tetherball to somebody, you know what I'm saying? And so that obviously is a matchup, and it's a safe space where we can exercise those freedoms. And it's a
right.
win-win situation. And I think that's what I get when I think of the kink community. I don't think of dark Satan worshipers, as some of us ignorantly think, that you're just around beating people with whips until they're like passed out. Like, that is not, absolutely not the way that things are. There's a lot of trust, there's a lot of communication, there's a lot of intellectual and stimulating mind, body, and soul things happening.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh,
One thing that I've found interesting as well that I never thought I would want to do is pegging. When we talk about that, people get all crazy, like, "Oh no, no,
I
no,
forget
no!"
what that is.
It's
I've heard of it.
where somebody straps on and performs penetrative sex to a man.
I bet you. I mean, some men actually like that. I've actually taught. I've actually had some friends that tell me, "Oh yeah, I like." I've actually had some friends that said that they like that. I'm like, "Oh wow,
Oh,
okay." I'm like,
there's a certain dynamic, there's a power exchange in that. If it's a trusting environment, not only can it be orgasmic bliss for the receiver, due to the prostate stimulation and orgasms that are found in that area. It's also quite stimulating for the giver, for the penetrator who has, I can't tell you how thrilling that is. How very, um, just, I would say, sacred that space is, for lack of another word, because there's just so much in that,
right,
that just to get there was so much in that. And so I don't ever take it for granted when someone trusts me with that situation. I feel truly honored, especially if I have an emotional connection to them. Obviously, if there was no connection whatsoever, it wouldn't even be an issue. But I think it's a beautiful way, for someone to release, that maybe is curious about it, um, and doesn't quite know what to think about it. I don't know.
right. Okay, sorry about that.
Yeah. Uh, what are some things on your guys' list, Lady J? If you're still with us, what are some things on your list that are like no goes? Like, no, hell no, I ain't going here. Don't ask me to. Ain't.
Lady J.
Hey, Embrace the Grace just said, "What did I miss?" Um, you know what, Queen? We was just talking a little bit about kinks and little fetishes that we might be into. I would say I shared a little bit of what the kink community means to me. Um, and yeah, we haven't masturbated yet, so you good. We got Mr. Best talking some shit over here. He said maybe it will mess certain people up. Maybe people just want to body like Ace Hood and be where on body Grizz glasses getting fogged up. That is so funny. Some friends, Grizz. She's at work. No problem. No problem. Embrace the grace. Oh no! Oh, I like that. She answered the question. No anal for her whatsoever. You know what? That's what I said. Until,
Yeah, yeah.
until.
Uh oh. Uh oh. Uh oh.
Do y'all know what a dirty Sanchez is?
I've never. I think I've heard of it in like make conversation or in television, but I don't really know what that is.
All right. If anybody can correct me, if this needs correcting, a dirty Sanchez is when, let's say you're performing anal, right? And there's remnants of fecal matter on the penis. Well, you just kind of put it on the right there, and you're like, dirty Sanchez,
Wow. Wow.
like a little poop mustache and shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I I um I've heard it was something.
I've never had
I've
that done. That's what I think it is.
I I haven't really done too much of dirty of anything. I everything with me, everything like I actually since I'm an actor, I actually do like role playing actually.
Okay.
Since yeah, like since I'm an actor, I actually do like if I'm a lawyer and and my wife might be a witness or something, and
That's right.
so what do you do for stuff like
You like,
that?
give me
Or
that pussy, bitch. Give me that. Pay the rent. Pay it up. I was smiling because Grace the Grace said, "Hell to the motherfucking nah," and I know she's talking about the Dirty Sanchez situation. Bit whatever. That's hilarious. But yeah, that's what's up. It's all about knowing what kind of like does it, what gets the juices going. You know what I'm saying? I like that.
right.
Um,
Um, ever heard of a thing called hide and go get it?
sorry guys, one moment. Grizz, is there anything that is still on the to-do list with regards to you and your wifey that you're like,
Um,
"Mhm."
I'm uh honestly public and like public bathrooms or like somewhere like in the office building or something like that.
That's right. That's
Just doing something abstract.
that's right. Like just some public impromptu stuff. Okay.
and and I actually I remember one actually I don't know, it's just I'm a weirdo, so like I like doing something like outside I like those just different things.
Okay, some exhibition going
Yeah.
on. Okay. Okay. And what do you think's on her list, or what do you know?
I think she's I think she's one of the for me, I know since I've known her for about 20 something years. She's what was it? My God, my English language just went out the window. She's just like a casual, just straightforward type of person, like casual. The regular. I think she does like role playing, body oils, stuff like that. Dice. We actually have a book. There's a book that we bought too. And so like we would look in the book and like just certain things from the book
Okay, I
and
love
stuff like
that.
that.
Shit, I love that. Embrace the Grace says, I like doing play and playing make pretend. I like going to a bar, making pretend I don't know you, strange places, and dressing up sexy. That's
Hey,
always hot.
yes,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Change up the hair, change up the shoes, everything, accent, all that shit. You know what, guys? A moment of vulnerability or transparency. I've been watching porn for a long time. Let's just say when I wasn't supposed to be watching it. And it was back in where if you had one of those old TVs and you had cable television, the basic one,
Man,
where you didn't get channel 98 and 99, which was the naughty, the porn channels back in my day.
right.
I would sit there just like in the fucking in that American Pie movie where that guy would like sit there jerking off and just try to like see through the lines, you know what I'm saying? It's like a tit or something. Well, I, as a young girl, used to do that when my parents weren't home. And let's just say I've been masturbating at a very young age and even inserting things of objects there. You know what I'm saying? And um, so when it comes to the other day, I was trying to get off on some Pornhub because it's free. Um, I was just like, nothing was doing it for me, right? And lo and behold, I come across this one video where this girl looks like she's humping a table, right? So I'm like, oh,
Wow.
what's this? And so it's just this girl humping the edge of the table and she starts to come. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's what's up. And that looked like a nice coffee table.
That's interesting. That is a completely that is really interesting.
So it's like, am I? Because I was starting to get worried. I was like, have I desensitized myself so much that now it's like, well, what is it now, Rude? What's gonna do it for you? You know what? Something as simple as humping a table did it for me, and I was very proud of myself actually. The intellectual soapbox says, "Grace, you a big old freak." He also says, Grizz, why are you smiling like that? Because this is an amazing conversation. And also, he says, oh gosh, you got to laugh to keep from crying. Hilarious. Okay, M3 laughing. Okay, I don't know if that they're reading some comments elsewhere that I'm not aware of.
Right.
Um, but yeah, is
What
there anything that may have not turned you on before, Mr. Grizz, in your like adolescent years that is like totally makes sense for you now?
I haven't really put it into much. I really have not put into much thought lately. Um, I don't
Okay.
know. I'm the type of person where like I'm like I said I'm abstract. I like doing things abnormal, like doing something that's not normal. Like hey, let's go to the let's go in the middle of nowhere and just go do something in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. 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 That's what's up. That is always going to be in style. If anybody would like to share their spicy ways that they and their partner like to get down a little bit,
Do you have
please.
like a bucket list?
Um, the only thing that I really would love to do, honestly, is to have like an orgy, but it would have to be like with like people that I like have some sort like there has to be like some sort of connection. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Where it's like a spot where it's like like maybe an event, a live event where it's an adult playtime event. Everybody knows what time it is, but you find a group of people where you're like, oh, I would like to play here. You know what I'm saying? Or what's up with this, right? Something like that.
I
But I
found
think it's
out
gonna
that
have to be.
there's a website for that. So one of my ex coworkers I used to work with,
Mhm.
there's a website for that actually where you can get with different people and you can like have different things with.
It's not Fat Life, is it?
I forgot what it. I forgot. I know it's purple with like images of like different colored people on it. That's the only thing I
I don't
remember.
know. I don't know
I just
then.
yeah I just yeah I would say Google it though. I know there's an app for that.
Mm. Okay. Well, there are, there are different like networks. You could FetLife is one that I just know of with regard because it's like tied in with like the whole kink community and whatnot. But I'm sure there's lots of different communities that you can join. It would just happen to have to happen somewhere organically, and probably one of my partners would have to, set it up or something. I don't know. But I feel like there isn't very much besides that I haven't experienced that I wanted, and
Right.
and that's because um, your girl did some crazy thing. We've been you did some wild things, and then again, we all want different things. So what might be on my list might be very vanilla compared to yours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so there's always that factor. As long as it's consensual, we're all for it. And they're of age, please.
I'm sorry. I'm I'm actually multitasking. I'm talking
No,
and
you're
I'm
good.
also work. I'm working at the same time.
No, you're good. You're absolutely good. These topics are important. We also need to
I feel
talk
like it is too.
about address, health, womb health, prostate health, and
Right,
just overall. I'm not an expert or anything, but it's like that's all tied into our longevity, our wellness, and our sexual pleasure. And
right,
so, as far as like my journey goes, it's very this. I mean, I feel like I should just be knocking it down left and right at this during this time, but it
right,
doesn't matter. It doesn't. That wouldn't be harmonious with I would say, my day to day, day to day life, right? And as it pertains to my other responsibilities. So I do joke a lot about being sexually frustrated, but I know that this is actually a blessing to have this
hmm,
period of, I would just say, abstinence.
right,
It's like by default, almost, because it's not like a motherfucker can't get any. It's more like that's not the priority right now, and that's why I think self love and self preservation plays a huge part in
yeah,
why people are able to just are able to do that. And I think it's a strength to be single, especially when it's cuffing season or for whatever the fuck is going on around here.
right.
What's the thing that you miss most about being single, Grizz?
Being able to come and go, being able to do what I want, go where I want. I can, and also too, um, honestly, like being able to stay at people's houses for as long as I want and stuff like that, and
Not have
um,
to answer any questions.
yeah, and for instance, like if I was to be like, I'm uh, I know I'm going to keep saying sorry, but like I'm like the person who I am now. I'm so business minded. I sometimes I forget to think out the box. But like if I was to be at a friend, like as if I was like at a film shoot, let's say it started at like 6 in the morning, and it don't end until 3 or 4 o'clock the next. Like literally, I've actually been on film shoots where it started at 6 o'clock first day, and they don't end until like the next day. And they're like, hey, where you been? How come you didn't call? I'm like, I'm sorry, I was on a film shoot. Like for instance, if I was on a film shoot and if I'm the DP or if I'm the director, I'm not calling anybody. Even and like I'm not going to have a break. Like, well, you had a break. Well, yeah, they had a break. I chose not to have a break because I want to know what this next shot is. I want to know what this lighting is going to be. I mean, I've done that. I've done that several times, and like I wasn't trying to be mean or nothing like that. But it's just, I don't like. I'm just focused in the zone. When I'm on set, I, I might get like 4, 5, 6 missed calls from different, maybe the same person, different people. I'm not calling you back until after. It may be the next day till I call you until everything is done. But yeah, I mean, yeah, just being able to like focus. But like now, I got a son now too, so um, I'm teaching him all of my mistakes. I'm teaching him all my mistakes, all the good things and bad things, and he's 6, so he has a while before he starts dating anybody.
Sure, but you're also laying a foundation for him. There's things that I can recall very early on in life that I like go back to, and I'm like, oh wow, that's why I do that. And I think
Yeah,
that we all do, whether we're conscious of it or not, right? Shout out to parents trying to still get freaky and still keep it freaky, because one thing that really makes my pussy dry is hearing my kids' voices. Like, it's just all
sure.
about what they need. It's very reactive. It's the last thing that I want to do is fuck. And so I think that at times where I do allow myself, once everybody is off to La La Land and it's mom's time, I can go. I do sometimes. I'm not even stimulated in that moment, but
Right.
I almost like, yeah, I pretty much masturbate as a form of necessity because I know that the endorphins that I release are going to help me anyway. And I don't know when I'm
Right.
going to get that time again by myself. And so I think that has been a helpful, I would say, if anybody is trying to, um, yeah, I hope that helps you. Masturbation is great. It's a great tool. It's a great birth control. Um, and then I will
Yeah.
say, um, I was having a lot of fantasies in my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is driving me crazy type shit, right?
Yeah,
So
I've
what
seen
I
it.
did was I created these AI characters that are based off of just like different random pictures of mine. I just gave them different random pictures, and they spewed out like 120 different characters, let's just say, right? And I with each of these, just depending on how they look to me, I created a story, erotic story behind it, and tied in to actual sexual encounters that I've had in my life, and
Okay.
some sexual encounters that I would like to have coming up.
Yeah.
So it's been quite interesting the use of technology, and
Yeah. My friend has what is my friend has this he has this film writing the script writing software, and it creates AI characters for you. I'm like, that's interesting. I
well,
need
there
that.
you go. Same thing. And again, I didn't want them to look not like me. I wanted them to look like me. And so they're just different versions of me in different dimensions.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so y'all, I might have a product for y'all very soon. I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty spicy, yo. You know what I'm
Uh
saying?
oh. Uh oh.
And
She cooking.
yeah, it's all about that creativity. That's where the sexual energy is. That's or I
If you need
believe.
if you need somebody to market for you, I can market. I can help you do it, make a commercial or
Come
whatever.
on now. Come on now. Come on
Oh,
now.
I do videos. I do commercials. I do photo shoots. If you need a photo shoot, I do that too.
And that's what's up, yeah. One of the things, talking about bucket lists, one of the things that was very high on my bucket list at one point was making love to two men at one time. And oh my goodness, it was one of the most incredible experiences. And mind you, um, I would say when I was maybe younger, early 20s, that wasn't sexy to me, you know, talking about like, what's sexy, what's not, bucket lists and whatnot, and pulling that together in a sense. I It was an incredible moment where somebody who I've already had intercourse with knew that that was something I wanted to do. He set it up, and it was
Right.
just amazing, like breathtaking. I wanted to cry. And before that, I
Did
was
you?
actually was that.
I said, did you cry? Did you cry in the middle of it,
No,
or
I didn't cry. I cried on the inside. It didn't
right?
manifest quite out the tears. But what was so beautiful about it, though, was before we made love, or before we fucked, because we didn't really make love. we I was taking video footage of both of them, like they were naked, they were both in the nude, and they were doing these stretches, and it was just so beautiful. And then we took a shower together. These motherfuckers were rubbing me down, you feel me? It was incredible. It was so amazing that I wanted them both to ejaculate inside of me. That's how
Oh wow,
incredible this evening was. But they did
that's
not.
nice.
That was responsible, right?
Right, that was definitely responsible. I'm like,
What would
you
that
be
be
like,
called? A cocktail?
you are not, you are the father. You are not the father.
I mean, I just need samples from the both. I just want for one of you. It's not one, it's the other. Okay?
Right. Or I mean,
Depending.
look,
Well, actually, yeah, I was a wild one. I'm a
to
bit
play
wild. Yeah.
if you really want to play mad scientist, I'm like, here's a condom ejaculating this. I'm gonna freeze it for later on.
that's that's preventative.
I remember when I was younger before I got married. I thought about like it was actually one of the fantasies of mine. Um, to have like two women at the same time.
I've done
It
that
was
as
a
well.
idea.
What's up, Braves? He says I love women with pretty legs and feet. Okay, Braves, so do I. You know what? I realized that I'm really into feet. Hella.
I'm
Like,
not.
okay. Okay. More for us. You're into what you're into, and that's the thing. I would never shame anybody for not being into something, but that's another thing. It's like I've changed so much in terms of what I thought was sexy to me and wasn't. Also, as a demisexual, connection is crucial, and then some
You said
intellect for
demisexual?
sure. Yeah,
Never heard of that.
it just means that you have to have a connection with somebody before you find them sexually attractive.
That's
So
interesting.
I don't base it off of, you know, societal norms, that's for sure.
Because I know
So,
Wayne Brady is like pansexual.
okay, that means that you can love somebody despite their genitalia or their sexual identification.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, and then again, it's like I said, and maybe I was just not knowing myself. Maybe that was it. Like I didn't allow myself to fully express sexually until later, and that's why it's so clear to me now because there's that I'm able to compare it to something. You know what I'm saying? And so if anybody is still like unsure, that's fine. It's your journey. Just dive into yourself and allow yourself to be aroused by what you're aroused by. You're gonna love what you love.
Right.
Yeah. And
Are you
oh,
doing
so
the
I will.
resting
Okay,
person stuff?
I will tell you this, Grizz, and everybody here, that years ago, because I also believe in manifesting with orgasms, I do it often. But long story short, there was somebody that I really wanted to, let's say, explore sexually with. But, excuse me, I couldn't, we couldn't touch each other at the time for certain reasons. But when
Right.
I would masturbate in the shower with my glass bracelet glass dildo, and I would think of him while I was doing it, and so pretty much, let's just say, there were moments that he was thinking of me too, and I had no idea. So I
That's
feel
cool.
like that, I'm not saying that you need to use it to like lure people in. It's just like you can use it to enhance what feelings that are already there within yourself, when you allow yourself that freedom to let go. I think there's a lot of pressure for women,
Right.
especially on what their body should look like and what their anatomy should look like, and it's like, girl,
I feel like a
um,
lot. I feel like a lot of women. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, just I feel
okay,
like a lot of women watches these models or I want to look like Beyonce. I'm like, no, stop trying to look like Beyonce. Stop trying to look like Natalie Portman or um look like you. What works for you. I remember one of my coworkers. She was like, oh, I'm fat. I'm like, fat where? I'm like, where are you fat at? Don't worry. I'm like, does your stomach hang up your belt buckle? I'm like, that's just, I'm like, because she's like, well, I work out every day. Well, I mean, you're fit, you're fine who you are. Like I actually, are you comparing yourself to somebody else? She's like, well, I want to look like this. I'm like, don't stop trying to look like somebody else. Look like you. Or and plus, I actually would tell my wife the same thing. I'm like, just like this, just me look right. I like the color and it looks good on you.
Yeah, it's like there's one thing to have these like societal norms, right? That don't apply to everybody. That's one thing. But then to want to, I don't know, to want to alter something that's already perfect, such as
Right.
let's say your labia or your, those are
Okay.
things that I think we should just leave it alone. I don't even think we should be douchey the way that all of that summer's eve shit, like you're not supposed to be doing that. You're not supposed to be utilizing chemicals in there. um, I think it's important to use even hygienic products that don't have chemicals, things like that. So it's just important that we have these conversations because some people just don't consider it at times. And I don't judge anyone for feeling like they need to enhance themselves if they want to do something, but at the same time, it's like just understand what you're doing it for and just stand on that. And if you, yeah, just stand on that. That's what you do, you know. But more than likely, you're probably tripping, and you don't have to change anything. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One
I
thing
mean,
that I was very, like, for instance, right, with the whole sexual game and whatnot. Yeah, there's certain aesthetics that I personally like as well that I don't even have. But rather than being like, oh, I ain't got this, I ain't got this, they'll be like, you know what? I got this, and I got this. You know what I'm saying? And
right.
so that's what I urge anybody that's listening to this. Think about the positive, attractive things that you love about yourself, and embrace that. You know what I'm saying? Um, take care of yourself the way that you would
Definitely.
someone that you're in love with. That's what I would say. Do you hear that feedback? Is that coming from you, Grizz?
Um,
Oh,
what do you
okay, there
hear?
you go. It was just a lot of feedback. I don't know what that was.
Because I'm on my earpiece. I'm about to say no, because I know I mean, because like with me, it's like I've been chubby. I've been fat. I've been chubby. I'm right now. Right now, I'm like in between chubby fat right now, and like a lot of people like because I do want to be muscular. I've been semi muscular before, and then I lost it all, got fat again, lost weight, gained all my weight back, and now I I'm slowly working at getting back my muscularity because it's what I want to do. You know, I actually because I saw myself at like I, I actually saw myself when I was like 230 pounds. I was like, I'm like, good. I'm like, I'm trying to get back to this. So, just for me, I actually want to get back to like being muscular, get fit because like so for instance, when my son was born, I went across the street to the store. Um, I walked past these people. I actually walked past these women, and they were like looking at me like, and they were looking at me like, oh my god, like what's that? Honestly, it really felt really good seeing that though.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Grizz. We also forget that men have it too. They have that men go through societal, shit too. And you know what? Fuck it. You know what? I think it was Cat Williams when he was talking about someone's stretch marks, and he was like, "Yeah, your stretch marks mean that you was either fat, you got skinny, skinny, you got fat. Either way, fuck it." You know what I'm saying? That's some.
Honestly, I love women's stretch marks. I'm like, I feel like stretch marks enhances a woman's. Honestly,
I'm sorry. What'd you say about stretch marks?
I said that I feel that stretch marks enhances women's beauty, and
Oh, there ain't nothing wrong with it.
because honestly, like I'm just like I got stretch marks. I'm like, you look good with stretch marks. She look at me it's like, wait, are you fucking?
Grizz, I think there's some feedback coming from your mic.
Uh, hold on.
That's better.
Mom.
Hello.
Yes, that's much better. Thank you,
Oh
Grizz.
yeah. I might need to get another earpiece.
What's up, Lady J? What's going on? Thank you for joining us.
Sorry about that.
No worries. So we were actually we were talking about several different things here, guys, and we kind of went a lot of different places. Chris, do you have any questions in regards to the I guess women anatomy? Or are you an expert? Would you consider yourself an expert? He's probably having to get his mic situation going. Lady
Okay.
J. Oh, okay. Lady J, is there anything that you would like to contribute or and talk about on this right now?
No, I'm just listening.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome back. Thank you for joining us. Um, Grizz, I don't remember the last thing that we were talking about.
I know we're talking
Uh,
about Cat Williams and stretch marks,
oh
or
yeah,
like,
yeah, 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 yeah. The basis is to really love yourself. Like I was really I would say self-conscious about my stomach, and you got to realize it's like the stomach has been through a lot. It's been through a lot of life giving, you know what I'm saying? And it's been through a lot of things, and it's not in no way gonna be like in some contest to see who's the best stomach, you know what I'm saying? So it's
right.
like I think the whole point in the matter was, as Mr. Grizz was saying, that I think sometimes we think women like, oh, women always have to stay to the substandard, but we forget that men get judged all the time and they might have insecurities as well. Insecurities that may even affect the performance in the bedroom, not because they're not a great lover, but because maybe at that time they're not loving on themselves as much. You know what I'm saying? And so I think those are just questions that we all need to ask ourselves. I certainly do. I think health is more important than any aesthetic. That's for damn sure. Um, but I feel like, and that's another thing, as somebody who is really interested in somebody's mind, I get turned on more on somebody's mind and their character.
Me
I feel
too.
like good looks, because I know what good looks are too. It's just gonna be, or whatever that person comes with, that's just gonna be cream on the cake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
So, anybody want to share any fetishes that you have discovered that you're into lately besides role playing, guys?
I like women who are empaths and telepaths. Like,
Okay, spiritual woman into
because
music.
honestly, like, if if you can walk into the room and talk to me, like your energy is talking to me, literally talking to me, because I've actually had that before. I'm like, wait, that's possible. I was like, oh, okay, this is new. If that
Cool,
makes sense.
excellent. Okay, so um, what? How about you, Lady J? What are your some of your fetishes that you're finding, or some of your attractions?
Um, I'm just straight blank. I can't think of any. Sorry about that. I'm no help tonight.
No, 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 no. I'm gonna. Can I share something on your behalf?
Okay.
Okay, so I know I clearly know Lady J personally. Okay, um, she tends to like, I would say, men who are rough around the edges. Let's just say that. She likes someone who is like definitely kind, but you're almost like scared of him at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
Yeah,
Uh,
that's yeah.
yeah, she likes
You want to be scared
the
and safe at the same time.
right. Like you feel
Huh?
uber
Wait.
protected, but you're still scared, right? Um,
Something like that.
Also, she's the type of person who, unlike me, she doesn't really do transactional sex. Um, she's trying it for the first time to be open to it, um, but she's kind of like, am I? Stop me at any moment, Lady J, while I give this synopsis of you.
That's
She,
okay. Nobody knows me.
what is it?
No, that's okay. You're good.
Okay. Well, let's say this. She's still young, but she's been in a committed relationship for more than 3 decades. So she's been in this very long-term relationship. She's at a point where she's able to play a bit on the adult playground, but she needs to be careful, and she's finding that a lot of the type of people she's interested in, she's not finding it in her, let's say, her small town. So, Mr. Grizz, what would be your advice to someone like Jay who's interested in playing on the adult playground, um and but is very, like, let's say she's ultra reserved to her detriment.
Oh crap. I would say one absolute tread lightly because this century of type of men are weird. And I would say you should definitely use your discernment. It's okay. I'll say it's okay with being. It's okay to being scared. You know what I'm saying? I would say um, go outside your comfort zone, but use your discernment. Like I said, because I don't feel that there are a lot of men out here that may want the same thing you want or are looking for the exact same thing that you're looking for. Um, sorry. They're not a lot of men that are looking for the exact same thing you're looking for. Or like if you just want like a one night thing, I'll say just be careful.
Thank you. Excellent advice. I know she wants to wring my neck because she didn't intend for this, but
Huh?
I think it's, yeah. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah. What happened? She said you want to ring your neck because why?
No, I said I think she wants to wring my neck on the low because she didn't intend for me to put her out there like that. But hey, if I don't feel like I was putting her out there like that. I think I was just sharing.
Being a
Um,
friend.
a perspective. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. You heard of that, right? Okay, so
Definitely.
I'm gonna okay. I feel like that term, be careful what you wish for.
Yes,
It's
and
like
be careful what you want to manifest too.
exactly. Because I feel like very recently, energetically, something's been pulling me towards something in
Hmm.
particular. And it scares the shit out of me, honestly, because it's easy for me to be sitting on my throne of singleness, right? At the moment. It's so easy for me to just be like, no, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? This table's already set over here. We
Right,
eating over here. No one, you're right. It, but then it's like, Rue, in your heart of hearts, you would love to share a situation where you could really build with somebody. You know what I mean? And you could really
right,
learn. And one thing that I particularly love as a lover of not of learning is to learn from someone. And so because I feel like, and I've never like wanted to like chase somebody before type thing. And I don't believe in that. I
right.
just
I
feel like
quit
I
doing
need
that.
to. Well, I don't want to like be so closed off that I like close myself off to potential like real blessings. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, yeah,
And I do believe in love, and I believe in union, and I've just been feeling like I'm I'm loving these people that I don't even know for real. You feel me?
yeah.
And it's only because my 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 love for myself is just deeper than ever before. Perhaps I don't know if it's
That's
that
awesome.
easy to say. Y'all
And know
think I'm
what?
bullshit?
No, I know what I feel like you come along in order like for you to say that you have a love for yourself deeper than before. You must have been through some trauma. You must have been through a lot of things just for you to say that right now.
Oh, no doubt. But so has my sister J. You feel me? In her
Right.
own right. And um, we were talking about this the other day too. That it's not to compare each other's trauma to the other, but we know exactly the reason why we're doing some of the things that we've done and why we chose not to continue certain things. I feel really good about that. That's an accomplishment. It's just staying
Um.
in that. You feel me? Like how we
Right.
need to stay in that.
I would say, cause like, okay, so I know this is not the same thing, but I'm gonna tell you like I tell everybody else, which I'm getting ready to do myself this year. Do something that scares that. So like I said, like you just stated, it's always good to do something that scares the hell out of you, but
Right.
it should push you in the direction. It should push you in the direction. Like for instance, I I don't feel like I'm ready for. I don't think I'm ready for. I, I know I talk about film a lot, because that's what I'm working on consistently. Um, but I'm getting ready to be in the director's chair pretty soon, and that scares the holy hell out of me because I'm the coach, I'm the quarterback on the set. I'm supposed to know all my players' plays, their responsibilities. I'm supposed to know my people's everything around me. And like even though like like I said I've been on set for 20 something like 18 20 something years. It basically what I'm saying is I know I'm ready and I feel like you are ready. You need to just dive in if that makes sense.
That's right. That's right. Get it, director.
So yeah, so my goal this year, I have at least 3 films that I want to shoot this year. Um, and and I'm going to actually extend Zodiac, one of my short films that I'm working on. I'm going to direct. I'm going to make it into a feature film as well.
That's what's up, yo.
But I was going to say, but like as far as like doing some like, uh, I'm so sorry. I lost my train of thought. What what scares you that you're getting ready to do?
I don't. I think what's scary is just taking a chance after things being so good. You know what I'm saying? So as I'm
Yeah,
like sitting on like this throne of singleness, right? Like I said, it's like it just feels so good and comfortable here. But I know that I was actually watching this thing and it resonated because this lady was like, relationships are necessary because they help you sharpen, and
yeah,
it's not like, and I'm sitting here and I feel like I'm thriving, but in the right relationship setting, I know I could thrive even more. I know it, and I'm not gonna let trauma or like past, heartaches and whatnot to, I would
right.
say, dissuade me from trying. But then again, I just can't give anybody the goodies, like the Sierra
Of
song.
course.
My goodies, not my goodies.
All I need, nothing but the fucking in it. No, I, I knew, I actually used to know Petey Pablo's part. I would have to hear it in order for me to tell Petey Pablo's part. But yeah, but
Oh
honestly, I would
man.
say, um, I would say, whether whatever partner you're looking for, um, I would say, for you, like whether it's man, woman, whatever partner you're looking for, I would say no. I would say first, know yourself first. Um, sorry. I would say know yourself first, and this may sound kind of mundane or kind of over excessive, maybe. Um, I'm about to say, this may be over excessive, but I would say write down your write down your ideal dream person. Um, it doesn't have to be perfect, but like more idealistic of what you're looking for, and put it on your wall. If that
Yeah, I
makes sense.
mean, yeah, for sure. One thing I can say, being at this age right now and having, I would say, being on this journey, is I know what I don't want for dang sure. And there actually is a couple of people who I'm interested in for different reasons. There's few people, right? There's some people that I want a non-sexual relationship with and asexual relationship with. You know what I mean? Ruby Dog got it, man. She got to stop capping. Lord have mercy. There we go. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's like, okay, let me be real. Like, if, like I was saying, there's people that I would be wanting to have relations and some I won't. And there's some that I would be like, wow, like, there's one in particular where it's like, I even was like, man, maybe I'm not, am I of up to par with what this person would want, because this person's very disciplined, this person's very, like, they just live their life a certain way. So it's not necessarily that I'm less than, it's like, do I have the discipline to keep up with that? And that's also a thing, we have to consider. Like you could like somebody all you want, you could even love them, but it's like, and then what? what what else are we going
Right.
what you gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like this has gotten very deep on some levels. Do you guys have anything you want to share or do you want to bring up? Ruby, you will be okay. Lord have mercy. I feel like I will definitely be okay. You know why? Because I just transmute a lot. Let's just say that. Just like brother Grizz said, he has a lot of creative things going on. I constantly have creative things going on because if I didn't, I wouldn't be as smiley, happy go lucky Ruby. I would be very, I don't know, like ready to pop a blood vessel. You know what I'm saying? And I think
Right.
it's important to understand where you need to harness your energy.
Yeah. I know I need to do better at. I know I definitely need to do better at meditating more. It's hard for me to sit still, literally, because I literally have a lot of things going on, and I want to accomplish a lot before this year's over. Um, but and I'm also working at learning how to learning what it means to manifest things that you want, whether it's relationship wise or career wise.
It's as simple as when you and your wife, or when you're about to climax, and hopefully actually do it with your wife, as you guys are about to climax together, envision the things that you guys want. Maybe before your session, you can even discuss that. And if it's a collective thing, like you guys want like a house, or a specific amount of money or something, you can put both of that energy in there. One thing that I would be particularly interested in with my future partner would be the tantric aspect. You know what I mean? I think that that would be quite stimulating. And so I am very open to, I would say, uh, um, I would say diving into new sexual planes, especially with with in that area. I'm also finding that certain, art forms like shibari, is quite, it's just so exciting, you know. So I think it's worth holding off at times until you can find people that share the same interests.
Yeah, I think you are who you hang around with.
Okay, you guys are both, Jay is married, you're married. Do you guys think it's un or unethical of someone to envision having intercourse with someone else while in the act of another person, with another person? So you're getting into it with your spouse and you're envisioning somebody else. Is that right or wrong, and why?
Um, I feel like on one hand it's wrong. I kind of and because I feel like on one hand it's wrong, on one hand it's right. I'm kind of like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde on this one. Honestly, truthfully, on my honest opinion, because it's the best thing. Don't answer that. Oh
No,
God.
he does need to answer that. What you talking about? We all do. No, I'm just kidding. You don't need to answer anything you don't want to. Y'all can plead the
I,
fifth if you need to.
I'm gonna say that it depends on it depends on the person. I'm just like if you're not going to be 100 committed to your spouse or the person that you're with, um if you're in the middle of it, I don't feel like if this is a person that you want to be intimate with and stuff like that, you want to have sex with, I don't I don't feel like you should have to think about somebody else, but sometimes it may happen. Sometimes it just may happen. If that
How,
makes sense, sometimes it
okay.
just happens.
Okay. How about you, Jay? What's up, Uncle Fatty? What's up, intellectual soapbox senior? Stop, stop, stop. Sorry, guys, we're doing late night multitasking around here. Welcome to everybody that's joining. Please hit the like button. I just asked a question to these married folks, asking them during intercourse, is it unethical to think of someone else while you're intimate with your spouse? I'm gonna call cap on Mr. Grizz and everybody else who thinks that it's um, not. Maybe I was misinterpreting, but I did it all the time. When I was in a domestic relationship, every domestic relationship actually that I had and marriage that I had, I did that, and it helped not only spice things up for what was going on in that moment, it helped me in a sense of not stepping out physically. And you can argue with me like, yeah, your heart was there, and no, it wasn't. I wasn't paying nobody else's bills. I wasn't splitting the light bill with nobody, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted that lusty encounter, if you will. So yeah, I think lusty encounters are minds and minds alone. And so if I want to envision somebody, I'm gonna do that. So it's called fantasy, homie.
I know what. Thank you for actually putting that in perspective. I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, dude. And you know what? If if people aren't ready to have certain discussions, then that's their level of maturity or lack thereof. No
Right.
judgment. But what the hell? We fantasize all the time. People fantasize about freaking superstars on TV.
I mean, my main thing I be fantasizing about is like walking the red carpet or like having my own Star Walk of Fame, being on set. But I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Queen Latifah was. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like Queen Latifah, Gabrielle Union, Angela Bassett are like my three. Like,
Oh, they can
um,
all, yeah, they can all get ate from the back for sure, you know. But that's the thing. Every woman has her own special qualities, as any man too. You know what I think is hot in women is like their ankles and their wrists. Sometimes I get very their shoulders. You feel me? I like the way the hair moves over the shoulders. Certain
right,
things, can be admired, can be appreciated.
definitely.
And I actually
Um,
love when somebody is covered up, and not in a sense, you don't need to be Amish with it, but I love a modesty because, for one thing, I have wonderful x ray vision. So I can,
hey,
you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like to leave to the imagination. Now that's
right,
hot, you know. Let me unwrap you like a gift because I already
hey.
sometimes I've already seen what's up in there. You know what I mean? And it's not leaving much to that. All right.
Um,
I
I've
love
always
this.
liked.
I love this
I'm sorry. What you say?
conversation. Jay, are you back here? So while we're on the topic of, I'm going to share something as well. I had asked you a question, Mr. Grizz, about what you miss about being single. I would say one thing I miss about being in a domestic relationship or having in-house
Right,
D is the rollover in the morning, or not even the you only got to brush your teeth, you just got to stick it right on in because it's been marinating in the crock pot, you know.
right,
It's amazing, and there's you don't even gotta wash it. You just gotta slide it up. I miss the slide it. So there you
No
go.
way.
Where there's
That's
good
actually a
things
good idea.
on both levels. You feel me?
That's actually a good idea.
I
I
will say
will say
this:
this.
cosplay as often as possible. Cosplay is freaking amazing,
I like
especially if you
cosplay.
got
Hey.
yeah, especially if you got a broad that has multiple personalities anyway. Get her to dress up every time, and even when she like pissed off, she can like act it out in a character or whatever. Have it make it work for you. Um, I feel like that's always been a thing. The whole is it cosplay? Yeah, it's cosplay.
Yeah,
Um,
cosplay. It's basically like anime and stuff
dress
like
up.
that.
Yeah, and it's dress up, and yeah, it's playing off the anime fantasy and whatnot. I try to get off of that hentai thing. It really didn't do much for me, but I tried. Um, there's a couple of things, but I think my favorite, my top three favorite Pornhub searches would be BBC. Um, I would say orgy, college orgy sometimes. And then
You should watch like the parties.
I would say DP,
I like the clubs
the
when
clubs.
people like be at clubs.
Okay. Okay. What if she's a bad actress? Well, that's not what we're you know what some of the acting does irritate me that I just like fast forward it to where they're thrusting.
Yeah, I do that too.
Um but that's the thing. It's like there's also these amazing ones. They were quite sensual. They're catered for women actually, where the acting is a little bit more, I guess, realistic. Not realistic, but there's not maybe not that cornball BS. You know what I'm saying? Um, okay. I think we've given a lot. I think the next time around we will talk more about female ejaculation and the different types therein. Maybe more about that. Do you guys have anything to add right now before we head on out? It's been an amazing conversation.
I just want to say I appreciate this. This talk has been stimulating, interesting, eye opening, educational as well.
That's what's up, yo. Motherhood, sex, marijuana is always in the building. This is your host, Ruby Doll. We got Grizz in the building. We got Lady J in the building. We had M3 and everybody in the chat. Thank you
Hmm.
so much, y'all. And we out, y'all.
Uh,
knowledge and relationships.